Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, sports betting market analyst with oddsjam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today's topic is BetRivers. BetRivers is one of the sports books that I use, we use, everyone uses here in the Colorado market and also a lot of other markets. I'm going to kind of go through a tutorial, sort of a beginner's route to help you understand, how to enroll, how to deposit, how to make a simple bet, maybe on an NBA game or an NFL game, kind of help you with that process. And of course, also how to withdraw and some of the other, tips and parts of the site that you're going to want to get to know and know that are there when you go to navigate the site. It's very, very useful, a very, very good site that you'll want to get started with. So let's take a look. Okay, guys, here we go with BetRivers, and of course, I like to start off these tutorials with a little bit of history just to understand kind of the background behind them. And Rivers Sportsbook first launched actually in Pennsylvania. I remember a friend that was in Pittsburgh. He talked about how BetRivers was out and available and ready to go, and they paired up with Rush Street Interactive to create BetRivers Sportsbook, and of course, it became very, very popular. We'll go through some of the states that it is currently in, but that's sort of how it got started. And one thing about BetRivers is what's called a Canby book. Canby is one of the risk management type companies that helps them with their lines, their odds, and things like that. So occasionally you'll see some sports books, not occasionally, quite often you'll see sports books that have similar, if not the same lines. They were very, very similar, if not the same as Barstool. Barstool is now ESPN Bet. So when you hear about a Canby book, that's what they're talking about. You'll see that these sites are similar in setup and very, very similar, if not the same, in price as far as odds and things like that. So when you go to different games, you'll see the same juice, the same lines and things like that if they are a Canby book that is, similar, not the same risk managers. So that's one thing just to kind of know that if it's a Canby book, then you'll want to have that in your repertoire of different sports books to choose from to get various pricing and various options. But you can see it's a very clean, simple layout. If you wanted to join, you simply could go to the Join tab. I want to show you what that looks like. And of course, here you're going to see the states that they have available. We're in Colorado, and as you can scroll down here and find your location. If you're not in one of these, then that is not a current state that they are regulated and functioning in. So it's a very clean, easy process to get enrolled, to get signed up, and they do have many, many options to deposit. Once you deposit, you can get started with credit card, debit card, PayPal, many different forms. I will tell you that one thing you want to do is the format that you use to join in payment is the payment fashion that they would pay you out in. So keep that in mind if you want to use your debit card or however you want to choose to go about that. Very, very important. So they always seem to have a pop-up here of a bonus, and they do a great job of allowing a lot of bonuses and rewards, that kind of thing. So on the left-hand side, again, they're all very similar. Left-hand side is all the various sports. Also along the top, you have various prop bets. Do a lot of live betting. That's a lot of fun. This is in the morning times. So there's not really a lot going on, but you can see you can do the live betting and use the tools at OddsJam just as you would the pregame type of wagers. If you want to go to the NBA, college basketball, college football, everything is here. Very, very clean. And I will tell you that the mobile version, the phone version is this exact same. Very, very easy to navigate, very easy to get around. And I'll show you real quick how to put a bet in. Let's see. Okay, I mentioned we're going to show you how to place a bet, place a simple wager. And I like to do this as sort of a review because, again, the point spread, the money line, which is just win. I like how they put this here, win. If you take this team with these odds, that's how it's going to pay out. And of course, the total, which is the over/under. So let's review real quick, and let's actually choose this Falcons Buccaneers game just because we have a half a point here. It's a little bit unique versus this -6 with the Steelers and the Patriots. So, all right, if you take Atlanta -2.5, what that means is that Atlanta has to win by 3 points or more. So if they win by 2, you would lose by that half a point or that hook, okay? So over here to the right, if you put in, let's say you put in $100. Actually, I'm putting 110 just so you can see the math. 110, it's going to pay out $100, okay? So again, it's -110 to win 100. If you actually take the underdog, let's use it in this situation with the Patriots at +200, you can tap on this button and it'll exclude that wager for you. But if you took the Patriots just to win, that means they can win by 1 point, they can win by 20 points, doesn't matter, but they have to win. If they lose the game by 6, That's a point spread bet, or it's a different type of bet. But again, you could risk $100 and that would win 200. So you'd actually get plus odds on that type of situation. So money line bet, just pick a winner. Okay. Point spread, we talked about that. If you take the -2, that means they have to win by 3 or more. If you take the Buccaneers plus 2.5, that means the Buccaneers can actually lose the game by 2 or less, 2-1. And you still win that bet because you got that half a point hook. So it's very, very critical. These points in the NFL can come down to the wire. As you know, a lot of times these games are very, very close. So that extra little half a point, getting that +3 or that +4 is a way better number than the 2.5. But that being said, let's move on to the total, the over/under. Now this is the combined score at the end of the game. Okay, so this is a full game total. You can wager what they call alternative lines or derivatives, which are first half props, first half games, first quarter, third quarter, different time windows you can wager on. But for a mainline bet like this total, you take the combined score at the end of the game, and if it is over 30 points, if the final score is 21-10, that's 31. You would have played the over. And the odds on that are -115. If you think on this total here, it's got to land on something, right? It can't land on 39.5. So if you think it's going to be over or under that, that's how you would decide, which bet you would take. So if you thought it was going to be a low-scoring game, you'd play that under, and your odds would be paid out at -113. So keep that in mind when you place your wager. And of course, if you thought it was going to be over, you have the -108 odds. And that'd be a different payout. So again, it's going to be combined score of 40 points or more. You take the over. That's how you would do a total, a money line bet, and a spread or point spread bet. Okay, we don't get into parlays and derivative markets today, but that's how you would win. Now, if you want to go through and do a withdrawal, again, they take about 24 hours, 24 to 36 hours. And again, you can simply do a request from the cashier, and you take out the amount that you want to take out, and they typically will have it returned to the same account and method that you used when you did the deposit. So keep that in mind when you do your deposit if you want to have the same route. That's very, very helpful. So hopefully this helps you kind of understand the basics of signing up, getting enrolled, and how to place a simple wager at BetRivers. And of course, you can get their app as well. Use both of them. Very, very convenient, very easy to navigate. Okay, guys, this is one of the parts of BetRivers that I do love. So this is an area that you'll use even with your basic bets, your simple bets. And I pointed out earlier, when you're placing a bet in the NFL, especially where you have some key numbers here, this is what's really cool about BetRivers. If you tap on the game and you open it up, it's going to give you a lot of information relative to these money line, point spread, and total games. But what I like about this is, check this out. You can tap on it and you can go either direction. And of course, your odds and your payouts are going to change. So that key number of 6 could go down to 5.5. You'll pay a -120 price. And in odds jam, as you see the various price points at the various point levels, this is how you would achieve and get to that level if you wanted to set that bet. Let's say you wanted to set it at Pittsburgh -3. You could do that. Now, your odds are -180. We got to make note of that. However, if some of the odds jam tools and you feel like that's where you want to go, you can't do that. But you can change the point spread and the total. You can take it up or down the scale. As you can see, you can go down to 27 and do the over, the under, and you'd have the odds based on that. And certainly this is a tool that you can use that's very, very cool that BetRivers does. Some of the other sports books have a version of this, but I wanted to show you that. And you can comparatively do that, say, in NBA and other bets as well. So I'll show you real quick this sliding scale that you can get into at BetRivers. You do it on your phone, whatever the case. So this line was at +2 a little bit earlier, so it's kind of interesting that line is changing. And again, if we want to go down here and get back to that +2, it's at -113. Let's say we wanted to take this up to Phoenix +3.5, -152. Or let's say we wanted to mess with the total. Okay, we could take that total up to, say, 236. You can really mess with it and have a good time relative to the markets and where you want to be in price. But if you see this scale here, that's what you can do. And of course, you can do that in all the main games. It's kind of a nice addition to what most sports books don't offer, and how you can adjust that price and sort of make this an options trading situation, going up or down, in and out of the money type scale. So Hope that helped. It's a good tip to use and a good value. All right, guys, there you go. There's BetRivers, and of course, those features that I mentioned as far as the scales you can use to slide your odds and your lines, using those tools to help yourself get value in your sports betting, which is what it's all about. And again, if you want to get signed up with OddsJam, make sure you use Boyd20, BOID20. It's going to save you 28% off your first 2 months of your subscription. And again, what a better time to do it when everything's going on with college basketball, NBA, football, NHL, it's all there. So make sure you use those tools to profit, and appreciate you stopping by. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, if you have any topics you want me to hit on here at Bet School, let me know. And as always, let's go make some mathematical money.